I had fun watching it with you, but
I had fun
like
watching it with you because I feel like we were going in and out because we were trying to like, stay engaged, talk to each other occasionally about what's happening, and then like react to things that were like, okay, this is clearly going off the rails. It was never on the rails, to be clear,
it
but
was
like,
never on the rails.
it very much just got more and more unhinged.
The ninth meeting of the Degrassi Film Club is now in session. Today we will be discussing the sci-fi classic Mississippi River Sharks, starring Degrassi's own Cassie Steele. She's back at it for more sharks. Um, Before we get started, I'd like to read a review from one of our esteemed pineapples. Before we get started, I'd like to read a review from one of our esteemed IMDb user critics. Gay guy in San Fran rates it 1 out of 10 stars. Amazingly bad movie. Not sure what others are seeing, but this movie is simply pitiful. Even for the pseudo sci fi genre, pineapples. Even for the pseudo sci fi genre, this one is a real stinker. I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, hit it, right on the
This
head. Gay and SF. It it just feels like this is something that's trying hard to have fun. Like I think another review on IMDb that we skimmed was saying like this is a fun movie. It's kind of trying to be a fun movie, but it's not really that fun.
it's not. And like I was really excited for this one because I loved Zombie Shark. Like was
I
it
love
a
Zombie
good
Shark
movie?
too.
No.
That I would call more of like a popcorn,
But
like that
it
I
was
could have fun with.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
This one was weird. So again, it is starring Cassie Steele
Mhm.
and Jason London.
Mhm.
But they're characters from the last one.
Yeah, they're different people
Cassie
here.
Steele plays only child, as far as we can tell, Tara, who has switched her college major to business to help her dad take care of their Mississippi hardware store. And Jason London plays actor Jason London, star
Yeah.
of the Shark Bite franchise, except for number 4.
Right, they're trying to do like a whole meta thing, um, which is a choice. I don't know how successful it ends up being because, like, I think one of the things that I liked about Jason London, obviously, he was playing a character in Zombie Shark, but he was likable. Like, he was I think more towards like, so they have two other characters that are like a tag. I did not catch these, and I know none of these people's
I
names.
think the white guy's name was Wyatt.
They do, he says why, like the other guy, the black guy says why as a
Yeah, I think
nickname,
his name
so
was
that would make
Wyatt.
sense. And
And I
then
know Jason London's name was Jason London.
right, and then there is a Cassie Steele's love interest is not Jason London in this
Or
film
Wyatt.
or Wyatt. It's this other young man who we have the IMDb pulled up here. Let me stop being so lazy as not to identify a struggling actor. His name was Eric. The actor's name is Taj. I'm not pronouncing that last name. Cool. So Eric is the love interest of Cassie Steele's character Tara. What?
Tara.
Tara. Okay. And it's like they're all like, I think that Wyatt's character is supposed to be maybe the closest to Jason London's in the previous film. He's like the comedic relief and like supposed to be like the everyman and like,
But Jason
but it
London
doesn't.
wasn't an everyman. He was like a big
He was
military guy, whatever. Whereas
right. He wasn't.
Wyatt
Yeah, he
is
had an
like
everyman personality, but not an everyman like role in the story.
Wyatt's like the underdog who sees his time to shine and takes it.
Wyatt really sucks. I have a
Yeah.
hard time with like all of these characters. So even like Eric, he says something to Tara like, your research on the Saucesterhood or something that sounded really
Made up.
Yeah, it's supposed it like those are kind of words, but not really. Like those sound very fake. And I had to I rewound it. Well, I did the 10-second rewind, and I was just like, they are really trying to make this like serious. But like Cassie Steele's character never ends up using any of her brain, other than to build the bomb. Um which she doesn't even build. It's already there, right? Like the stuff is already there for
Well, I
it. Does
mean,
she build it?
she
Oh, she does
makes it
build it.
into a bomb.
She does. I
She's like,
thought that there
here's a bunch of
was
fertilizer. Let's make a bomb.
right. That's how they show that she's in
A pipe
school to
bomb.
be a or something chemist. I don't know. Do you remember?
Biochemistry.
She'd say I'm a biochemistry major. Does
Her
she?
dad does. But
Okay.
she switches to business because she wants to help
Can't.
her dad save the hardware store.
So she's enterprising, and I suppose that's supposed to be one
Anyway,
of her
she's in
skills,
town for this
whatever.
big fishing competition.
The
And
plot
Jason
is so
London is
simple.
also in town as the star of the shark bait series with his catchphrase one fish, two fish, red fish, dead fish.
So stupid. This is such a stupid
I
movie.
hated this movie. It was better than Sandra Brown's Lukewarm, but
Yeah, but not by very much. Better in the fact that I like at least a couple of scenes were like,
it was laughably
oh,
bad, whereas
right,
Sandra
it was
Brown's
laughably.
Lukewarm was just bad.
I lost it when the young man was impaled by the shark. I was sincerely like cooked at that
Well,
point.
and I love it starts with this like horrible Tinder date on a riverboat in New
Mm,
Orleans
mm.
where the guy like mid
That is
sentence
important.
is like, let me excuse myself, my other Tinder date is here.
Yeah,
Only to promptly get eaten by a shark like he deserved.
justice. That was probably my favorite.
It was the most satisfying part of the
Yeah,
movie, and then it was
because
all
yeah,
downhill from there.
no one else like terrible really like it. Like there's a bunch of kills in this movie, which I, as someone as a horror nut, I'm always like, okay, like
You
the
love a good
creative. Yeah,
death.
good kills. Yeah, I appreciate those. If they're memorable. Like I remember the guy getting impaled by the shark. I remember the guy being swallowed by the shark and walking down the road and having to like be ejected from. Yeah, I remember all of these weird like shark related things, but it like none of it was like.
The plot was very lacking.
Yeah, I didn't care about any of the deaths past that one in the beginning because I felt like, okay, this poor girl is laying out her whole like life and trying to make a connection, and this guy is like trying to get some tail, which is fine,
Yeah.
realistic enough, but like justice. That's the only, and it was very simple, but they like do a lot of work to like beef up these like I guess they do some work to beef up these three characters, but then all around them deaths are happening that they don't even really confront. So it's not an impact. It's not like a slasher where they're walking through and they see their friends being killed, or like
Right.
you see any, they don't see half of the deaths. They're literally just like, there are a bunch of sharks and we're building bombs, and like it's not, they don't see the guy getting the dude up, like a good portion of the deaths that happen, that when they set them up and they cut back and forth and the tension, that's just not that good.
Her dad sees most of them. Her dad
Her
seems to
dad,
happen
right.
upon death after death, and then that guy that he hits with his truck and saves him from the shark.
Right. Her dad is really the main character more than her in
Right?
terms of like actually confronting what's going on, whereas they're kind of just seeing the sharks at a distance and like really interacting with like the mayor or whoever he is.
Yeah.
Eventually, like they're like, I don't know, it's kind of badass. She gets to stab a shark.
Yeah,
It's
she's really cool. Jason London pretends to like that he's the authority on sharks,
yeah,
but he clearly
because he
doesn't know
played
anything about sharks.
you just because you play a shark authority on TV.
His death was pretty satisfying.
Yeah, I liked seeing the clearly fake appendages. I think it was like an arm and a foot or something, a leg, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
rise up, bubble up from the water. And they're like, please be alive, please be alive. And it's like, no, this man is in pieces. Um, It's like the effects were not good. All the blood was very the wrong color.
The CGI was
The CG,
atrocious,
right, and it was all I most of it was that's why it looks so weird, CGI blood. It was
but a
terrible.
guy did get impaled by a shark,
A guy very much did get impaled by a shark, and
and that was pretty cool.
it was pretty cool. It's core,
I mean,
like it's gonna
it was
stick with
very
me.
bad CGI, but it was pretty cool.
No, in that instance, no worse than the Sharknado type dumbass other sci-fi
Right, right.
movies,
It's what I
but
expect from this kind of movie, but
still not good. Still doesn't hold up in any real court of law. Like this is like clearly a 3D rendering of a digital rendering of a shark. This is not.
right.
But
Oh my
it was.
god.
I don't even think I would say have fun. I did not have fun. I had more fun. Obviously, we watched this together.
I had fun
Um,
watching it with you, but
I had fun
like
watching it with you because I feel like we were going in and out because we were trying to like, stay engaged, talk to each other occasionally about what's happening, and then like react to things that were like, okay, this is clearly going off the rails. It was never on the rails, to be clear,
it
but
was
like,
never on the rails.
it very much just got more and more unhinged. Those last like 5 to like 7 minutes were really like, but yeah, it's like the premise is so simple, and I mean the movie takes a long time to just be like this is a big deal, and it's never any real build up or any sort of like the model is not followed for storytelling because it's just a lot of exposition and no real like okay,
And shark attacks.
and shark attacks sprinkled here for good
Weird
measure.
shark attacks. They're just out to for murder. Like they're not eating people. They're
They
hungry
have
for
a
murder.
bloodlust, yeah. And there's no explanation other than what is it, the kind of sharks? I forget what kind of sharks they are that can survive in the fresh water. And they're like, yeah, these sharks clearly wanted a new place to hunt and they wanted it to be easy or something. And it was like in one of the movies, one of the shark bite movies. So it's like they're
Yeah,
trying to be
whereas like
very
Zombie
meta.
Shark gave us, a government conspiracy
Mm-hmm.
to weaponize sharks.
Mm-hmm. That's like we're invested because we know.
But that was also supposed to, it wasn't about weaponizing sharks. It was about
The
curing battlefield wounds.
right. Well, that right. That was how it got started, and it just got out of control of
Because zombie sharks.
because zombie sharks. It just got out of it. Just what if the yeah? It was a much more compelling story. You even felt for like the mad scientist because of her backstory and like why she got into it in the first place. And it's like she's clearly above her, out of her depth. Like she does not. This is above her pay grade. She is not handling this shit right. Like is she's done wrong. But you're like, oh, okay. At least I sympathize with her. You
Right.
sympathize with no one in this movie. There's no one to sympathize with. There's no why. There's a lot of why, but there's no why for the characters. Like they just happen
Right.
to be around and involved.
Yeah, yeah, it was bad. I'm
There's
sorry
nothing
guys, the
tying it
last couple of
together.
film clubs have just been.
I think we need to
Here's the thing, okay?
we try to
Our
be
options are sci-fi movies, Lifetime movies, and Hallmark movies.
yeah.
And those are all channels that produce notoriously bad movies.
Hmm.
We are doing the best we can for you guys. You have a problem with it, write a letter to Canada and say, give your actors better opportunities.
Yeah, like, I feel like we want to do one we've talked about doing ones we talked about doing that like are quote unquote like Hollywood studio films don't feature Degrassi actors prominently enough to warrant us to cover them because if you guys don't know, our rule is they've got to be within the
Yeah, top five build.
top five build, or we're not doing it. We're not doing it for a cameo. We know that Sean Clark was in Juno. I'm not watching Juno. Phenomenal film. Just for the like
Right. If
collective two
Sean,
minutes of Sean Clark. I'm not doing it.
do you mean Daniel Clark?
I do. I'm saying Sean Clark, and I kind of like it. No, Daniel Clark. My bad, Daniel.
Right. If he had
Um.
gotten Michael Cera's role, the world would be a better
Oh, that would
place.
totally. Yeah, I would be here for that. I'd be down for that. But that's not the world we live in. That's not this timeline. So we
Nope.
have to really kind of like
Scrape the bottle of the barrel and watch Sandra Brown's Lukewarm and Mississippi River Sharks.
even something like I think it's Take the Lead. Doesn't where Lauren Collins is.
Is that
She
the
has
one
a
with
speak.
her? Is that the one with her and Dante Bosco?
I think so.
Okay, we're
I don't
watching that because
Take the
that's my
Lead.
baby daddy.
I think just has her. She's like, she's not top five, but she's, yeah, that's Dante Bosco. But she's got speaking lines and, she's involved. She's just not, she's on the top cast, but the top cast is also like 10 rows, 2 rows of 10. So it's like, you can't, we're not doing that. She's got a
Right.
name. She's in the cast, but she is
Except
not
we'll
Antonio Banderas or Yaya DaCosta.
no, but
She's
my
not
baby
even
daddy
Jenna
is in that
Dewan.
movie, so we're gonna bend the rules. What?
You know what, Caroline? We're gonna take this off mic, okay? Because if we have to break the rules for that, then that's just a floodgate. And I've been personally anal about this whole thing. We can watch
I
it.
know. You enforce the rules unless you want to pick the movie.
First of all of my picks have been enforced, have been within the rules.
No. Picture this.
Picture this was Darcy, and I hadn't. That was a bonus actor for me because we weren't watching it for Darcy. We were watching it for Lauren.
I know, but then I wanted to watch a movie with Jake, and you said no because it also has Paula, and she's not in the cast yet.
I also just didn't want to do it for Christmas in July. I'll be honest. We can do it. That's fine.
No, no. The time has come and gone.
You
We
just
will never
specifically
watch that
wanted to do
movie.
it for
No,
July.
yep, we will never watch that movie.
Oh, I'm sorry, but do you know how many other of those movies there are?
There's so many fucking Lifetime
And
movies
I
with
don't
Jake
want to watch
Epstein.
any of them. I actually personally hate those Lifetime Hallmark Christmas whatever extravaganzas where everybody's in red and green and they're brunette and blonde or any combination. I don't like it.
Why
I've
do you
never
hate
liked it.
brunettes and blondes?
I just don't like cookie cutter movies like that. I actually like interesting movies. I don't
That's
need people.
fair.
I don't. Falling in love at Christmas time with some sort of obstacle in your way is not my fucking jam, okay? I'm not a romance girly. I
But we
don't
have to save
read
Maple
romance novels.
Creek.
Fuck Maple Creek. Maybe it's time if you guys took your share and moved on. No. Yeah, I'm not a romance girly. I'd rather everybody like slash each other up.
Right? We need more Degrassi horror.
I would love to watch slasher. There's so many, but that's not a film. That would be like a what's it called? Avis and Caroline binge, so you don't have to. But it's incredibly violent, and I don't think personally that I should subject you to that
I don't
because
mind
they
violence.
ain't playing, boo. They
I
getting
don't mind violence.
they be fucking each other up.
What do you think? Because I'm from Vermont, I can't handle violence.
No, I thought you specifically expressed that you just don't fuck with a high level of violence in your media.
It depends. I can deal with horror. I don't like I'm not big on like war shit.
Neither am I. I don't fuck around. Saving Private
Um
Ryan and like Forrest Gump are probably like my two exceptions, and they were forced upon
I
me.
did watch both Band of Brothers and Generation Kill with my husband, and I
Mm.
thoroughly enjoyed both of those.
Mm.
But both of those, it was one of those, like, I don't know, it was less about the war and more about the men. No, I don't mean like that. I mean like it was about the characters and not about the war.
No, that's I understand what you meant though.
But
Just
I
the
mean,
way it
Band of
came out was
Brothers has
funny.
Michael Cudlitz, so it was a little bit about the men in that regard too.
I would think it would be a little bit about the men.
But
Um,
none of those things are Mississippi River sharks, which is what
no, which
we
we
came
really
here
wish
for.
some of these
Our
things were
listeners were like,
Mississippi
we
River
really
sharks.
want to hear about Mississippi River
Do
sharks,
you
and we're
guys
just not
really want to
talking about
hear?
it. Alyka,
Alyka, do you really want to hear about this? Because I don't. So I just feel like this movie was an hour and 25 minutes long. I
plus
started it,
ads because it's Tubi.
plus ads because it's Tubi, which honestly helped. Helped.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
facts.
I started it. I was about 15 minutes in, and then Caroline and I decided to watch it together. We watched it together. I finished it once. I skimmed the fuck out of this. And when I say skimmed, I mean I was fast forwarding through the whole thing, trying to catch pieces of dialogue with the subtitles on and just praying that it was enough. Because I'm like, I'm not doing this to myself. It is our show. If we don't
If
want to do it and like sit through every moment, we don't have to.
if you watch Tubi on your phone and maybe on your laptop, but definitely on your phone, you can actually set it so that it plays in like 1.5 time.
I probably could have done that on my um iPad. I'm just so not. I completely forget that that's a thing. I don't. I think I did that once. I accidentally put that on my podcast set like settings, and it fucked me up. Um, enough that
Yeah.
I double checked. But no, that's a good
No, dude,
hack.
at one point in this movie, um, there was a Tubi ad, and I went to go and make toaster waffles, and I like didn't even pause. And then I like sat and talked to my husband, and I was just like, do do, and came back. And I'm like, oh, guy getting impaled by a shark.
Sounds like a better use of your time, honestly.
I
Um,
love that you're drinking pink lemonade out of a fucking goblet.
isn't it beautiful? It was my mom's. She never used it. And I feel like a fancy bitch. And did you know that you're supposed to actually hold them like this?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's what so that your hand doesn't warm the wine.
I didn't know that.
It's because you're not classy. You never learned when in doubt, pinky out.
Well, I learned that, just not about the stem part. Okay, I always did that when I drank my tea. You
I
know,
don't need it.
very demure, very classy,
Very
very sick of
mindful.
this. No, actually, the trend is kind of cute, but yes, very mindful. You see how I stick my pinky out when I drink my drink, my pink drink,
You
my
see
pink.
how I tuck my fins when I impale this deputy?
Very, very cutesy, very, very showy, very safe. No, I'm so over the fact that this movie thinks so highly of what it's doing,
It's so bad.
so serious of what it's doing. They take the time to like try to develop a father-daughter relationship and then promptly split them up for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Which I
I
actually would have liked to see the father-daughter relationship.
right.
That would have probably been a more compelling movie.
Well,
Even
and then
like
they didn't
throw
even
him in.
kill one of them.
No, they could have killed Wyatt for all of his fucking usefulness. He was the most useful character. I'm just so upset that he was not able to be like the star of the show because he was behind the scenes being so useful. He was not, guys. He was the most like, oh my gosh, you're sorry, your mic keeps getting brushed.
Yeah, sorry, Chauncey Cat is
The bushy tail. The bushy tail. We are recording.
sometimes he'll be falling asleep and his little tail will be waggling and it'll like wake him up. So he
Mm-hmm.
like gets annoyed and holds it down, but then he drifts off to sleep and his grip loosens and his tail starts whacking again and it wakes him up.
Oh, that's cute.
Welcome to Caroline's Cat Club, which is probably more compelling than River Mississippi River Sharks. Oh,
Oh,
this movie was so bad.
but no, we're 26 minutes and I really don't care about this movie. We need to stop doing this though, because I feel like it's all of the rest of our film clubs are very strong,
Yeah,
very
and these
low
last
key.
two are not very
They're
mindful or
terrible.
demure.
They're terrible. And
Make
it's
better movies, Degrassi alum.
like, I have no. What else? I mean, what else occurred? Let me look at my notes. I don't care. I really don't care. I love Cassie. You are not enough for this, to get me through this. Like, I love you so much. Was not enough. Was
Nope.
not enough.
They could have at least like put her in a bikini.
They had her in the most carpenter lesbian outfit the entire film. And you think that I would be interested in that? You're wrong. I was very uninterested in that. It was like the opposite of what I'm interested in seeing Cassie wear.
I
She
mean,
could
in a
wear like
better
a
movie,
tight
it would have been fine.
but she could wear like not even a tight. She could just wear a white shirt and it would have been better than the majority of I think they only had her in one outfit because it's supposed to be taking place in one day.
Yeah.
So she gets one outfit.
No, my microphone is not something for you to bat.
Oh my gosh.
Chauncey, also not a fan of this film club.
Yeah, Chauncey's like, boo, playing Craig's song. Wait, I actually think the line might be. I thought that's what he said, but the line could be according to the subtitles. Boo, play a Craig song, which might make a little bit more sense.
Wait, what did you think he said?
Boo, playing Craig's song.
No, it's play a Craig song.
It is. Because they're like, we only want you to be one thing, Ashley, and that's Craig's little bitch. Um,
Well, what's wrong with being someone else?
you say it's simple. Aren't your wings tied? So apparently the other night I just wanted to be unhinged and rewatch that episode for no reason at all. I think other than the TikTok. I think the TikTok you posted kind of helped me spiral out a bit. You're just gonna sit on her face. You can't do that,
He's
Chauncey.
not on my face. He's
If
not.
for
He's in front of my face.
for my purposes, he might as well be on your face. He is literally like, I'm gonna take a quick photo for our socials. Maybe even
Chauncey
just
boy,
Patreon, so that Patreon folks know what I am talking about, because this is,
you gotta look at Avis.
I got him in a nice profile, just obstructing the progress here. And
Buddy,
now
you
we got
can't
some
lick my microphone.
ASMR.
I'm so sorry.
Chauncey, this is so not
You're
professional.
not a good guest.
This is not professional. You need to have your own mic. I would rather him have his own mic. Give us the ASMR per corner. Clearly,
Oh my
you
god, his
know.
little purrs are so cute. And sometimes he makes those little chittering noises.
Yeah. Like I love a good kitty cat situation. I'm also in severe pain right now because of what we're having to do.
Right? Okay.
I'm also in
So,
distress.
Mississippi Non Zombie River Sharks is a movie about a small town in Mississippi that's having a fishing competition. And Jason London comes and he's a big dickhole and then he gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah. And then
And Wyatt loses an eye somewhere in there.
does he? He does. Okay. And people will get fucking eaten by this band of sharks, and the town is terrorized. Multiple towns are terrorized. Bombs are devised, but then wasted. The sharks are gathered up in a net,
Yep.
um, which is where the bombs are wasted. They literally throw the bombs at the net. It's the most
Isn't it?
useless sequence ever.
Don't they only have one bomb?
They have two
No,
small, I
because
think it's two
doesn't
small bombs, and then
the
they have a
Texas
big
oil
bomb.
tycoon takes their small bombs, though, right?
Their small bombs don't go, yeah, their small bombs don't go
They've
off.
only got one shot to not miss their chance to blow.
Right. They do, but they do come with smaller bombs that they're not able to use. Kudos to you to remember why they're not able to use them. I just know they're not. And I know that Wyatt is given the honors of, like, although it clearly should be Tara to do it, to like throw it at the like it bounces off of the net essentially. He's supposed to throw it down, but I don't see how that was going to be successful either way,
Troy
because it was going to
Bolton could have
bounce
done it.
off it unless you throw it down into the little opening of the net. How is it going to work?
I don't know, but I know that Troy Bolton would have made that shot.
Oh my gosh. um
For our next film club, can we just watch High School Musical, and then for the one after that, we'll watch 2, and then we'll watch 3?
Seeing as literally nothing about it is Canadian or Degrassi adjacent other than it's setting in a high school, I don't think we're going to be able to get away with that, Caroline.
They're DComs. They might have been filmed in Canada. You're like trying to see if we can justify it.
I am a stickler for the rules, so no. I am just curious. Utah and LA. So they spend some ducats essentially, cuz those are not, maybe Utah's cheap, but LA is not.
Damn it, Troy and Gabriella.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, it was not though.
No. No, it was
Um
not.
so the bag is like they have it on a fulcrum, bolstered by a truck down below, and the truck starts somebody
Moving.
moving, yeah, and
It can't hold
it can't
all the
hold all the
sharks
sharks, and so the sharks are released
back into the Mississippi River.
because of course they are. But then, oh my gosh, I think it reverses or something, and they're able to get them back in the bag.
I don't remember Avis. I was falling asleep
Okay,
when we watched it.
I think that's what happens, because then they're somehow back in the bag for the trucker to like run over in the road.
Oh yeah, no, it gets flung. That's right. It
Yeah, it
gets
gets
flung up
fulcrum
onto the bridge,
somehow the truck
and
regain,
a big
like,
like
yeah,
semi hits the bag of sharks, and the day is saved. And
yeah,
Cassie Steele gets to date Eric, and Wyatt lost an eyeball somewhere, but now he gets to work at the hardware
somehow.
store.
And there's also like a news reporter running around with her terrible cameraman, man.
He was no Lester.
No, he wasn't. Um, and I mean, she's very inconsequential. She just shows up at the wrong times. But I mean, I guess for her, the right times, and it just fucking wreaks havoc or contributes to the havoc that is already like ongoing. It's just not a good, like, that's why I completely forgot about her character until I remember that she's on the bridge, like delivering, like, doing cuts for her story, saying, "Oh, the day is saved by this man Wyatt," and then Wyatt fucking fumbles the ball, and then she's like, "Never mind, Wyatt has doomed us all," and then she also does the ending report where they talk about how they have to address why the semi hit a bunch of sharks or whatever, and he's being, I don't know, it sounded like that guy's gonna be in trouble, but like, how is he to avoid a big net of sharks in the fucking freeway?
Well, it wasn't the
Well,
freeway, but
the an
yeah.
overpass of a public road where probably the speed limit was over 40. How is he to do that?
This man is a hero.
And he tries to use his windshield wipers with all of the blood and guts that is clearly CGI. It's just so bad. Um,
I do love that we find out that Jason or Jeremy London is going to be in the next Shark Bait movie.
mm, right, by way of
Because good luck. Good thing there's 2 of them.
good thing. That's always handy when one of them is fucking, you know, Barbie doll parted, I guess, by a shark. Not the strongest of endings. I mean, I guess the ending is stronger than the rest of the movie. The beginning and the end were probably the strongest parts. Because I liked the girl in the beginning. We get the payoff at the end. She meets up with Wyatt, who is also a
Oh,
shark bite fan.
right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Wyatt's a big shark bite fan, and now he looks like um Jason London's character
Because he's got a funky eye patch.
because he's got an eye patch. So she's double, intrigued by this situation. She's on board.
Right? She's like, you're a nerd like me, and you have an eye patch like Jason London, and you watched him get massacred by sharks in a river.
Right.
I killed a shark with my bare hands.
Long story short,
This movie sucks.
it was not a good, and I feel like I wanted it to be more fun because obviously last meeting was
We
just
thought we
a
couldn't go
really
wrong with
bad
Cassie
meeting.
and more sharks where they shouldn't be.
Yeah, but I think that we understand now that another setup with the sharks and Cassie does not a good movie make. And we will not, we will promise to not make a similar mistake for next film club, but we can't. We're just going to try harder. I feel like there's better
We
movies out
also
there.
can't promise that because a lot of these movies suck.
Right. We'll try harder. I've been championing Cadet Kelly, which we all know and love, but that's one of those that like we all know and love. I think part of the fun is of doing film club is like watching movies that we haven't seen. If we've seen them once, it's been a long time, and revisiting them or seeing them for the first time, and so that's fun.
Yeah, but fuck it, we deserve a treat.
I feel like Cadet Kelly would be a treat, personally.
Cadet Kelly would be a treat.
Um, I'm just so tired of this line of like utter crap with these movies. It's just not. I wish it was more fun for you guys to like. Hopefully, I can't even say hopefully it was fun because it wasn't fun for me. So if it was fun for you, um,
Go see a therapist.
well, I mean that's good advice. Go see a therapist anyway because therapy is amazing and
You're not the boss of me. I'll go see a therapist when I'm goddamn good and ready.
I'm not the boss of you, but I am a gentle advocate of you. And sometimes an aggressive advocate. Today I'm gentle. But no, I just think that sometimes Cassie Steele does movies and sometimes they're not good.
No, we should watch that sorority one.
I really want to watch Sorority Surrogate. I've actually seen that before and it's a good chaos. Like it's a good
Okay,
like
well, we're doing Cadet Kelly next because we deserve a little treat.
uh-huh.
And then we'll check out
And
Sorority Surrogate.
we have not done a teen romp in quite some time, since Picture Perfect, I guess. Because Devil's
Which was
Diary does
bad.
not count as a
No.
romp. That was terrible. Ugh. And yeah,
No, but at least that was a good time.
at least Devil's Diary was a good time. Picture Perfect was just not. It was more fun than this by far, but was
I
still
wouldn't
not
say
fun.
by far.
I wasn't in pain. Didn't I watch it just once though?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. But I wasn't in pain. It just wasn't good. It was like, this was kind of mediocre, unseasoned, if you will. But yeah, we'll have Cadet Kelly for you next time, guys. I mean, at least like, can we get to 45 minutes? This is not going to be 45 minutes with the cuts I
Yeah.
have to make. I don't know
No,
what
we
else
can
can we
keep
get.
pushing.
Oh God, what else can we talk about?
I mean, we still have to rate it.
Oh right, we still do have to rate it. Okay, so
Let's just talk real slow.
that's how my brain cells
It'll
felt
be
while
like that
watching
Taylor
this
Swift
movie.
song.
I do not know which song you're talking about.
The song Our Song has this line that's like, when we're on the phone and you talk real slow because it's late and your mama don't know, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make any sense. You would talk real low. not real slow.
You would talk real low. And it was very easy to rhyme with low. Rating. How do we rate this? All right. So I
Is there a
guess
negative stars option?
yeah. I'm gonna give it a half a star
I mean,
for
for what? How do you justify that?
there was a genuine chuckle I had. And I'm gonna tell you what that genuine chuckle was.
Was it when the guy got impaled by the shark?
It was not because I had already seen that and that was very visceral. So my second time I didn't watch a lot of the scenes, but a couple of the scenes I ended up, watching when they're on the dock and Cassie's Tara has just impaled the shark that's hanging up at the end of the dock, the first shark that they capture. And Jason London was having the little boy holding the popsicle like record for him and was saying like keep me in frame and everything. And then when he like fell and broke his or like hurt his ankle or whatever, he gets up and goes back to the little boy and he's like the little boy's like, at least I kept you in frame. And then he like snatches his phone back and he's like, whatever kid, I'm not giving you anything or whatever. And then he doubles back like really quickly and he's like, where'd you get that popsicle? And it was
It's, yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll give
it
it a
got a
half a
chuckle or
point.
two. I'll give
I'll
it a
give it
half
a
a
half a
point
point for
too.
that.
But this was a chore, you guys.
Ooh, Nelly. This was a lot.
No, you wanted to come to film club. You're in here until it's over.
You are locked up until we adjourn. We're about to
Locked
adjourn.
up,
They
won't
won't
let
let
me
me out.
out.
How we felt watching this movie. They won't let me
Truly.
out of film club. They won't let me out. No. A prison of our own making. Yeah. So half a star, guys. Never want to watch this movie again. No, thank you.
No, no, it
No.
was not a good time had by all. The Sharks had an okay time until they got hit by that truck, but nobody else was having a good time, least of all us.
Because
It's so bad, you guys.
I
Don't do
never
it.
want to watch this
Don't do
movie
it.
again. No.
No.
Thank you. No, thank you. So yeah, guys.
I hope Cassie got a fat check.
Right. Like I hope that they play it on sci-fi enough that you get a nice residual, however that works. If you get residuals, I don't know how that works. I hope that they paid you well for your time. Because man, this was, when you have an appointment and it's like not a super bad appointment, but it's at like 3 o'clock or something, and it's
Dude,
like
I put this off all day.
it's like, right, and you're like, okay, I know I can't do anything else because I have this appointment, but I have other things to do, so I'm just gonna dread and look at the time and be like, fuck, it's closer to this appointment. And so today this appointment was 7 p.m. So I'm like, it's almost 7 p.m. and I gotta talk about this terrible film. So now it's now 7:55. And most of this conversation is done. So yay.
So thanks for joining us for Film Club. Next month we're gonna watch Cadet Kelly. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be much better
You're
than
gonna
this.
love it.
We're gonna have so much more fun, and it's gonna
So
be
much more
significantly
fun.
longer of an episode.
Yeah.
So there's that. We won't be scraping the bottom of the barrel to get to 45 motherfucking minutes. But all right, guys. Yeah, this meeting of Film Club is now
Adjourned and put to bed forever.
Die, Mississippi River Sharks. All right.